To install the app on an Apple device, in the same way for Android, you need to pop up to your personal settings on the desktop, come to your iOS area, where you can either use your QR code scanner and scan that, or you could also just go straight into the App Store and search for the version that you need. So search for Sicon WAP. And we're looking for version 20 because 200 is for version 20. And then it brings you up. So then we can just click on Get. If we'd done it via the scanner, if we did it by the scanner, it brings you to the URL. You can open it, and again, you can get it. So we're going to download the app. And at this point, it's basically the same as it is for Android. So you're brought into your settings, at which point you're going to navigate over to your endpoint address on the website, and in your mobile, you're going to enter the information it needs. So you can either scan or you can type in the endpoint address. Give it permission to your camera, and you can see it's really quickly already gone in. So this address here matches this address here. And then you can save that if you wish. There are some additional settings. So things like whether you want it to remember you. I'm going to tick no because I use this device between various users. If you're the only one using the device, then you'd probably be happy to keep that set on. If you don't normally have to log into your desktop, if it just takes you straight in, chances are you're using Windows authentication, so you could turn that on. Otherwise, you're always going to need to provide a username and a password when you log into the app. Your options in the syncing is how far in advance you want it to sync. So if you've got timesheets, for example, how many weeks of those do you want it to sync? Most people won't touch these syncing settings, it's just to let you know that they're there. And then this advanced option. This might be helpful, this timeout section, if you are a site that uses a costing module and you have a lot of project items or projects or maybe nominals, lots of items that need to come through. If you have, then you might want to increase it from the standard 60 seconds to 300 seconds. Because what's going to happen when you do your sync is that lots of items are going to get pulled through, and if it fails, it might be because it hasn't had enough time to get through all that list of projects that you've got access to. This reset database option, again, it's a more advanced setting, but if you are sharing your device with somebody else, it's worth having this in mind. If there have been changes or if you need to switch users, you can use the reset database button to basically clear all the WAP data that's currently in your device. It does mean if you're using expenses and you've got favourite journeys, for example, those will also get cleared. Anything that's not been synced back to the website will be cleared. So in theory, you should only need to add your endpoint address and then save your settings. Once you've saved your settings, you're brought back to your home page, and in version 20, we've started to give you the version number at the top. Now, I didn't mention version numbers at the beginning, but if you use the top right of your WAP desktop, you can see which version you're on. So I'm on version 20, which is 200.0, and so I've got the equivalent WAP version. So now you're ready to log in. And the first time you log in, you will need to do a full sync. So again, we tell you this to make it as easy as possible. Welcome, this is your first login. We'll need to sync the data. Run through what it's syncing. So we're going to sync now, and again, this will take data, so you need to make sure you've got a data plan or you're on the Wi-Fi. And once the sync is complete, it takes you straight to your home page ready to begin. So from here, you can either approve items in this screen, or you can navigate up to your hamburger menu up the top left, and from here you've got your options for entering items, so further expense entry, journeys, holidays, requisitions. That will depend on what your modules are that you've got enabled. And you can also see your version number in the bottom right. So if you ever need to know what version of the app you are on, it does say it on the home screen, and it also says it in that menu item there. And that's it. That's how you install the app as an end user.